Oh yeah!
Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Planet Coaster 2 with Cookie Pirate. Tonight I'm actually saying goodbye to my first full-scale park in this game. So, I've decided to call it quits on the Viking park. But it will live on the workshop. So I want to spend a little bit of time there, and we'll jump over to Splash Harbor. Gonna play around and we'll see what else. And I do want to give a little bit of a teaser of a new project. So here we go. Call it like a last hurrah in a sense. Alright, here we are, loaded in. Really have not done much with this park lately, and I decided it was probably just time to go ahead and call it an end. Dale, what's going on? I will remember you. I'm not singing all that. Spino, how's it going? Currently revamping my Shockwave again. Awesome. Ride's track length is only 2.5 feet longer than the real-life coaster. Well, that's pretty accurate then. Anyway, here we're coming in. Just gonna do a walkthrough of the park, actually. Hey, Mary Cats, what's going on? This park will go to Valhalla. This majestic music right at the entrance. Beautiful park entrance. Dale. Come right in here, you have this massive B&M invert. Center square with the lake. Got the restaurant right across the way. This park really has come so far since I started it all the way back in January of last year. Worked on it on and off for, I guess, a year and a half. We've got the train over here. We've got a mine train coaster right there. And this really big invert right here. Got a really cool kind of castle tavern structure that was built by Bromik. It's really cool. It feels like a tavern in a bar. It's got all the drink counters up here, a vending machine in the corner. And this building was built before arcades were a thing in the game. So we just have some kind of custom-made arcade machines. Some cool... Got Chief Beef, Pizza Pen, Gelato Bros, Latte Love. Looks like some basketballs. Hockey table, just a bunch of different arcade games. You could actually take this building and repurpose it into a workable arcade now that those exist. Yeah, Dale, exactly. I thought about that. But I mean, I'm probably not going to. Not in this park. I'll go the other way a little bit later. coming back here. Attached to the building, there's actually a souvenir shop. Modular souvenir shops were in the game when that was built. It was a really cool addition to the back. Kind of all in the main kind of plaza area. And then if you come back this way, there's food. You go up the stairs. Got a few different shops right up here. Some seating, picnic tables. This would actually be a really good place for a restaurant. And if you take a look, the B&M invert right there kind of curves. The roof is a foot chopper right there, so it actually is really close. Watch it right here. Yeah, that's ultra close. Hey, Crazanity, what's going on, man? So we'll come back down this way, heading back toward the main point. Just look at this entrance from back here. I don't remember who built that. It's on the workshop. I don't know if I can see the name. Yep, there it is. Raiden, I think. Ride must have been built pre-2002. Yeah. Well, it's an old style invert. Jimper's actually custom built that. There's a lot of similarities to Montu. Crowded out here. I just love this view. This actually ended up being one of the prettiest parts of the park, in my opinion. Just have this really nice lake. And then the path kind of cuts over that way, but you come back here, there's a restaurant with some outdoor seating and some... It's not really indoor, but it's covered. Tortigan Tales, what's going on? Goodbye, Viking Park. Yeah. Well, I'll say I'm saying goodbye to it, and there's a dumpster. And we can walk through walls. Boo, we're a ghost. But I'm not deleting the park outright. I'm going to keep it up on the workshop. We have got a custom Vekoma family launch right over here. And I'm not going to ride the rides right now as I walk through the park, but I'll do a couple POVs. I actually might record POVs of these coasters before removing the park, add 30 looply loops. No, I'm not doing that. Fun family launch. Shem, what's going on, man? Good to see you. It's been a little while. Glad to be back. Hope you're good, Cookie, and everyone else here. You know, yeah, it's been kind of a rough day. It's just going to be a really hectic week. I probably will not be streaming much until, well, I don't know, possibly Wednesday, but I wouldn't count on it. I'm probably going to be pretty worn out. I certainly will not be streaming tomorrow. It's going to be somewhere around a 13-hour workday for me. So, but I'll get to rack up some money. Before closing the park, free ale for everyone. Busch Gardens Valhalla. Built a little custom basketball stand right over here. That was one of the last things that I did this park. We've got this top spin ride. Believe it or not, the path is clean. Janitors are working hard. They're working overtime. Shem, hope you've been doing okay. What? How are we walking on that? Don't get hit by the ride. Clear the platform. Oh, man. Little random solar panel right there, yeah. A little bit of scenery. Sky tower right out over there. This here is a Gerstlauer Eurofighter that I struggled with, and I actually got Roaming to help me revamp it, because when I built it, for whatever reason, the train was going backwards. I don't know, Spino. We might later, not now. I may not later, I don't know. I don't think this is going to be a very long stream for me tonight. I got started a little bit later than I wanted to, but I was doing some other stuff around the house before the absolute insanity of day I'm going to have tomorrow with a 13+ hour shift. Almost a double. We've got this swing. This isn't your traditional S&S swing. This is... Stand right here at the edge. That passes right over your head. We've got this Schwarzkopf over here. This is one of the more peculiar rides. There's really nothing to do with the Schwarzkopf in the real world, but I thought it would kind of be neat. And if you take a look at the custom supporting with the... There's an airtime hill and a top hat. An inverted top hat, or probably more of a 0G roll, or kind of an extended roll, or like a stall. Hey, oh, we're going to the Flying Theater. Aha. Okay. Quiet. Right back here is the theater. Flying through the forest. Very Viking-esque. It looks very cool to sports, yeah. That was actually, I believe, built by Band Player. We're calling it a premiere. I don't care what you call it. You actually go underground below this woody right here. And, oh, there's the railroad. Love under that bridge. Yeah. Yeah, this was kind of neat. It just ended up being gapped. Never even did anything with the terrain down here. As you can see, the park is kind of unfinished, but I think I'm gonna leave it for... Oh! Oh, we got a vandal. Somebody broke my bench. Look at all the balloons. That's a whole ton of balloons in this park. That's awesome. No shortage of souvenirs here, folks. We've got the chairlift right out here that for whatever reason isn't moving. I have a polarity ride right up over here. Almost missed that. A little more scenery. This is one of those synchronization rides. Kind of reminds me of Gear Spin over in Carowinds. Custom themed. I think JP built this one. He did a great job with that. Some shops. We've got a leaning tower of whatever the Vikings translate Pisa. Don't forget the rooftop bar. Yeah, we're not there yet. This over here is this woody. Built by Jimpers. We've got an arcade over here. This was actually the first arcade I built in this park. It was the first arcade I built at all, as a matter of fact. And we built it on the other side, and then I picked it up and moved it over here. Nice glass windows, a lot of light. Sometimes I feel like I don't have a PC2 bridge. They call that a windmill. Well, I know what it is, but yeah, I tilted it for fun. Called it the Leaning Tower of something. Back over here is kind of the entrance to the water park, which was largely unfinished. This was not planned to be kept. We actually did build a modular splash emporium. Pick up your trash. There's no littering allowed in my park. If I could, I would get security guards to give people warnings for littering. You litter once, you get a warning. You litter twice, where do you go? I think you all know the 3-letter word. Leaning Tower of Mill of Winds. That's too difficult to say. More litter. And there's a trash can right there. Got a wave pool. This was actually, this was very similar to the wave pool that I made in my tropical park. But you've got the lounge chairs right up here. Oh, I almost missed it. Yeah, we gotta go back. I was looking for it, didn't realize I had gone too far. The perspective, when you're on the ground walking through your park, the perspective is totally different than when you're looking at it from above. Now we've got the waterfall, the custom terrain, all of the taiga biome trees, a really nice boreal forest. Out over this way, we've got the train, and then the fjord. This is actually the park boundary right in front of the water. You can kind of see the dotted line there. But I wanted to try to preserve the custom terrain, or the native terrain in the park without changing too much like I did in the tropical park. Do we have to fight Thor and prove ourselves to say it? Ha! Since the Viking Park is now semi-defunct, can we legally say the Viking Park sucks? No! No. I put a lot of love into this park. We're only day 47 in game compared to, I think, 105 in the tropical park. So I actually did more, but the park has come such a long way. And I'll actually show some of the blueprints that I made for it that were an absolute mess. Is this swimming depth? Is it swimming depth? It feels like it might be diving. What? Ladies and gentlemen, don't try this at home. You got a great view of the fjord out over here. This was made to be like an infinity pool to where... I mean, you can't really see over the... Yeah, you kind of can right there without climbing out and getting on top of it. Out! Out! Litter once, get warned. Litter twice, get kicked out! Some more lounge chairs up over here. Biggest coaster in the park right out up there. You're a real rock star. I don't know about that. Path runs that way over toward the other corner. I think a lot of people, maybe not a lot, but a number of people have not seen this park before. I know a bunch of you started watching me while I was building this before the tropical park was even a thing. Interestingly, a coaster YouTuber from the States said the spinning seats on Mock Launch Icon are 11 out of 10 intensity, second to their all-time favorite coaster ride to happiness. I love the Viking Park and goodbye litter bugs. Ah, yes. This is the way we need to go, we need to go, we need to go. This is the way we need to go to get up to the mountain. Hey. It almost sounds like I'm trying to like Mongolian throat singing or something like that. Before the lazy river volcano was a thing, before anything in that park was. Now we come all the way up that long stairway to heaven. And we've got a restroom. Giant pavilion just overlooking this fjord out here. Oh, that window's not aligned right. I just noticed that. But you can see out to the pool. You can see all the way to the other corner of the park. You can just, I think, barely see the entrance way out over that way before you even purchase the game. Oh man. Some more seating out over here. And then you come upstairs and we have an outdoor pavilion. Some more sun loungers. Great view of the nobody sun lounging in the park. Hey, way out here. What a view. I just love that view. This has really become one of my favorite overlook places right here. Angels singing right here. Angels we have heard on high, singing o'er the Viking park. Holy cow. This park is so beautiful. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for twisting a beloved Christmas hymn. That's actually one of my favorites. Or no. No, Hark the Herald Angels Sing. It's one of my favorite Christmas songs. I've actually played... I started to try to learn that on an organ. Way, way, way back. Never let Cookie Chris cook with a Christmas hymn again. Hey, don't hate. You know it was good. That was actually pretty terrible. I'm just being stupid. Just 1 second. That's the water park, so we gotta come back this way. This was a relatively new addition that I was never very happy with. This tilt coaster is not great. And I kind of wish I had not taken out the floorless that I had made, which I like a great deal more. Forgot we gotta walk all the way back through here. Actually, I'm not even really sure where to go, so I'm gonna click out of that. Can we look at the park with snow? Yeah. Yeah, we can. Oh yeah, so it cuts off here, so you actually have to take this long path around. I'm not really gonna walk all of this, we'll just do a quick kind of overview. But I'll go back into the camera here. Gives me Game of Thrones vibes. Yeah, it actually kind of does. This is Skogsrud, really nice Gerstlauer Infinity model, built completely by Bromik. I revamped a little bit of the pathing and stuff. And we put just a memento and ride shops over here. Or ride photos, rather. And then we have Skogsrud Ski Ball. Yeet ball. Gotta buy a slice of pizza with some cheese and some meatballs. Then I'll go to the arcade and play some yeet ball. Dropping lots of fire with these rhymes. Walking through the Viking Park and having a great time. Drop a little line. Actually have a Vekoma giant inverted boomerang. actually forgot about this park until you mentioned it last night. Yeah, we'll ride a few coasties. Almost making our way through this. Closed off what used to actually connect through here was the entrance to what I think is the best coaster in the park. How did that happen? I'm stuck. Would jumping help? I'm stuck. Can't move. How did that happen? Got the drop tower over here. And we rerouted the path over this way. So this all the way over here was under construction, and I just never really got a good fit for the queue lines and stuff like that. I probably, though, will end up finishing building this coaster station out and holding on to this for certainly a standalone workshop blueprint, or potentially using it in a future park. I do plan on making a new Viking park, but it's not going to be for a while. And we come back around here, right back over in front of the train station and the mine train, the invert, and then we come over here, and one of the newest additions, of course. Right here we have this giant 5-story complex with a wing coaster that I never finished. So I'll save the blueprint. Well, it's actually already on the workshop. And let people build it out. My plan for this area had originally been to build the wing coaster and then to extend the pools kind of further out and stuff, and kind of take this up and make this kind of central location to be the full water park experience. It didn't really turn out that way though. We'll walk through the building, then we'll get a really good view from the top floor. You've got the changing rooms, the staff room, you've got guest services, some Splash Emporium to be able to hang out in the pool. To Valhalla you go, yeah, right. Made an arrow consisting of 5 Drakenfire dive drops. Man, you're obsessed with those things. Got the restaurant on the 2nd floor. Very important message for everybody. T3 sucks. And missing water slides coming out into the pool. Jake. Out! Then we proceeded to screw up the B&M Hyper. I restored its previous layout. We've got the arcade up here on the 3rd floor. And on each floor you get a really nice view of the pool. Come up to the 4th floor. This building took a lot of work. This is the gift shop, the modular souvenir shop. You can see over the roof I've got Cookie. And over here I've got Pirate. And I don't usually put credits on my buildings and stuff, but this one I did because it put a lot of effort into it. And up here at the top of the building is the station for the wing coaster. We never finished the said B&M wing. Yeah, I know we didn't. And that's where the kind of the Q tower had originally been set up. Just gonna climb all those stairs to get up to the top of it. Now I'm not totally convinced on the design of that. That's kind of the tough thing about building a coaster station so high up. Gotta look out of the arm. See, I actually didn't walk over that way, but I'm not going to. View of the front of the park. Not a super clear view of the back of the park, but you can kind of see out that direction there. There we are. What I didn't cover is right over here, past this. You turn up here, there's this really nice restaurant, also built by Bromik. Freya-Tyria, Freya being a Norse goddess, I don't remember exactly of what. We got a piano. odd. That goes to nothing. And then back up over here. A couple flat rides. Ties into the RMC, and then it ties in right back to the swing. Man. It is a little tough saying goodbye to this park, but I think it's time. I don't have any motivation to continue it. I've got a lot of stuff, but you know what? There's a lot of room for improvement, so I think I'm going to leave this up on the workshop, let people tweak whatever they want. This was, as I mentioned, the very first full-scale park that I did, all the way back to January of last year, just a few days, I think, actually, after I bought the game. So, a little bittersweet. But it will live on the workshop. And since I have it on the workshop, I can always keep a copy of the park, and who knows, maybe I'll return to it someday. Probably not. Not on stream. But what I'll do is take, what I learned building this park, take some of my favorite things from it, and perhaps accommodate it into a new Viking park in the not near future. We'll see. Maybe by the time I get to that, Planet Coaster 3. Pull the Wolf of Wall Street, Cookie. I'm not leaving, I'm not leaving. That's a recording of Cookie playing that song too. No, that is not. As those of you that don't know, I am a pianist. Not a professional one, but an advanced amateur. But I actually have started learning that piece, but I've not learned to play through it. So that recording is definitely not me. I don't know, Spino. You've got to make that call. Probably whichever one would have the longer line later in the day. So get to it before it gets too crowded. Jimpers, what's going on, man? He's a novice. Definitely Stevie. Yeah. Okay, what coasters do you all want to see? I'm not going to ride them all, but we've got time for a few. Pick a few coasters and let me know and we'll do a POV. Hey yo, jump. Jimpers, screw you, autocorrect. The wing isn't finished, we're not doing that. Let's see, the Woody, my Montu thing, so the invert. I'll do the Woody first since Crazanity said that first. Woody's actually pretty fun. This was built by Jimpers.
Yeah!
Y'all some wise guys tonight, tell you that much. Finish the wing. I'm not finishing the wing. Click autocomplete. I'm not. No, guys, come on. I'm not doing that. I've got the building on the workshop. Perhaps I'll use it in a future park. Spino, come on. A very long time ago, yes. Probably almost a year ago at this point. Alright, speed that up till we're ready to go. There we go. I thought it was going to launch sooner than that, but nope. time right there. My screen turned. Yeah, this actually was a really fun coaster. And there we are. And to take a look at the stats. Oh wow, 2.8 on the laterals. Yeah, I did not realize that that had that high. Do those have lights to activate on? No, the concept was you're supposed to be going into the dark. With the ride actually clicked, you can just see how extensive those tunnels are, so it actually goes almost to the map border. Lots of air time too. There's so much air on that Woody. That's a really intense Woody. But I always liked it. It's rough. I mean, you could remake it if you wanted to, but I always enjoyed it. Hey, Dino Dukes, what's going on, man? If you said something before, I'm sorry, I missed you. Yeah, it's not terrible at all. I actually really enjoy it. Jimpers wanted to see his invert, so I'll give you a little bit of backstory. I don't know if I still have it. I don't think I do. I do! So this was an invert that this was the first coaster that I built in the park. And it used to sit right in the main entrance, kind of back here. And I tried to remake, I had a couple other people try to remake it, and then Jimper said, how about you just start from scratch, and here's kind of a mock Montu. And I decided to recolor it. This is actually one of the only things in the park that isn't Viking themed. It's actually sorcery themed. And part of the inspiration, I wanted to give some architecture from Iceland. Hallgrímur, I think, is the name of, there's like a, no, Hallgrímskirkja, I think is the name of the building. It's a giant, like, stone church in Reykjavik in Iceland. And it was named after somebody, I don't know much about it, named Hallgrímur. And I did a little research and I don't remember. This was a long time ago. But I actually decided to use the sorcery theme for this building. So it kind of stands out. It maybe seems a touch out of place, but actually had a really fun time putting that building together. The arches and the beams and everything. We've got a floating crystal right up here. Then we have a rotating statue inside. The coaster exit comes down through here. Platform's a little higher up, there it is. And all of the queue, I actually do want to point that out real quick. But the queue wraps right around with a nice view of part of the coaster and kind of out toward the entrance plaza there. We'll go ahead and jump on this. There should be a train in the station. I forgot about that. Oh gosh, that sounds funny. We may get stopped at the top of the lift hill if the train hasn't hit the mid-course yet. Yeah. Oh, that was short. Okay. Yes, he did, Dino. You can see a lot of the Montu inspiration in this coaster. The second half is quite a bit different. The first half is very... Oh, there's a tree there. Yeah, no supports. Now, Jippers builds a lot of his coasters without supports. And I turned a few on in places, but... There's the foot chopper right there over the top of that building. Right as we pull back in. T3 sucks! Again? I don't know why. That seems like a bug, because it's only supposed to play every minute or so, but it just played twice in 5 seconds. Now there's nothing. The water cave was cool with the Batwing. Yeah. So kind of tunneled in the railroad back here, and the... Yeah. I had a lot of fun doing the terrain around this coaster. I wanted some water interaction. I did not do any landscaping in this one. Right. We got the second vertical loop right over the water, so you can actually stand here and watch people go through it. And the coaster, notably, flies over pathing at many times. It's kind of elevated there. It gets a little lower right here, coming up out of the Batwing. Also, pretty high up at the path, right below the first drop that kind of swoops down that curve. All of this, a lot of terrain crossing. The corkscrew actually coming out of this little cave and right up over the path there. Fly up and over. A lot of terrain and pathing interaction with this coaster. This, in my opinion, was one of the more beautifully presented ones in the park. We'll take a look at the Hyper, yeah. Hyper was always one of my... It probably is my favorite coaster in this park. There we go. Really? Yeah, I think we're gonna be up here for a minute. This is in test mode. So we've gotta wait for the coaster to run the rest of its course. Gotta go eat dinner. Alright, Dino, enjoy it. We'll see you later, man. This was built, inspired quite a bit by Fury 325, hence the name, but there's not a lot of those like speed elements. And my original version was not fantastic, so this is another coaster I actually got Bromik to help me kind of revamp. And then I revamped it some more myself. Just a ton of airtime hills. I did restore the original layout rather than having it kind of sweep over. Comes a little fast through there. And that's it right there. That is definitely a coaster I'm going to be saving to finish out. So I want to get the rest of the station done. You can see it's largely incomplete. This isn't put together. If you were here for the revamping of the Hyper recently, you know how horribly that went. Yeah, it really did. So those are the stats. This used to be a +8 in excitement. It would run, I think the highest I remember it getting was like almost 8.3 one time, but the intensity was over 5. So it is definitely tempered down a bit. G-forces are kind of high. The vertical G's probably in the first drop, is my guess where that would be. Yeah, that probably needs to be reprofiled a little bit. Might need to shorten the, I think, does this have a... Yeah, good lats. I don't remember how steep that drop is. Now, I also built this before I used the 4-meter method. So if I actually delete that... It's 81 degrees? No, you know what? I had that limit off, and that's... the hyper that goes almost 90. Yeah, not quite a giga. I want to say it was like 270 feet tall. Actually, if you come in... Oh, shoot! Oh, it's gonna retest. It's just below giga height. Well, yeah, no, Dale. I'm not doing the back button. I'm purposely coming in to look at something. Extended track limits. That was off. Needs to be on for this. And the angle... that actually may be vertical, or just close. Anyway, we can replace that. It might be like 89 degrees or something. It may not be completely vertical. It might be. If we let it run its test again. It's about a 6,000 foot coaster. Maybe not quite that long. Alright, man. So there it goes. That is actually a little bit better of a test, probably because it didn't stop. Yep, 88 miles an hour. The biggest drop, 78 meters. So that's going to be somewhere around probably 240, 250 feet. Heck yeah, look at that, Jimpers. Coming in wanting to give spinal feedback. I don't know if we're going to get to it tonight, honestly. Any other coasters you want to see? The one that goes rah. I don't know which one that you're referring to. The RMC. This RMC was also revamped. I built an original one and Bromik revamped it. He really, when I was working on this park, he was still active in the— oh gosh! Skipped that, first roll. Hey. It's the Viking Mongolian throat singing competition. This one's a little bit wonky, but was made to be fun, intense. It originally had 2 lift hills. We did away with that. And it actually has 8 upside down moments. Hence the name Thor, obvious Viking reference, and then Thor's 8 for the remark of 8 inversions. Ooh, forgot about that. Barrel roll is a little bit wonky. Used to be the plug on helping people who needed it. Yeah. It's not really an abomination. I mean, it needs some work for sure. Believe me, my original version was a lot rougher, but at the time, these coasters were built when I didn't really know what I was doing. As I said, the park was very old, and my original RMC was quite like that as well, and that was one of the earlier coasters that I built. So like, all of this stuff came pretty late, as did these over here. Some of these will be saved as blueprints to carry over. Probably the invert. Certainly the hyper. This is on the workshop. This is one of Bromik's originals. Like, I did not build something before. The new Thor's 8 Holy New Texas Giant. The giant inverted boomerang was actually built by hand for me. T3 is rougher than that RMC, so it's all good. Oh yes. 2 main points of feed. Oh, is that for oh, that's gonna be for Spino. Never really cared a lot for this Gerstlauer. I mean, it's okay, but I'm not huge on the Eurofighter model. I greatly prefer the Infinity model for the Gerstlauers. I do think I'll keep this Woody. I just, yeah, it probably needs to be reworked, but I had such a great time working with that. And we've got the tilt coaster. Definitely not keeping that. That was kind of a piece of junk. The mine train, don't think you can really keep that because it's so custom built. And I actually did do a bit of terrain work down here in this valley to kind of make it work. I think that's gonna do it for this park. Yep, made by Raiden. This absolutely beautiful Viking entrance. So I'll kind of show a couple things that had been originally made. Just a little bit of history. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of the streams, actually, of me working on this park are still here. You've got the original invert. I see no real sense in keeping that. I don't know. And then I had built a B&M sit-down looper. I had no clue what I was doing with it. Bromik actually revamped that one for me too. I just have to find it. that's it right there. So basically a straight, it's not even a launched lift hill, it's a straight launch into a vertical loop, an overbanked turn, and then there's an inclined loop. I could place it, I'm not going to ride it. Some helices. Nope, okay, so the inclined loop actually got put back over here, I think. Far through Halen. That's fare thee well. And I want to say that's probably Icelandic. Oh, we got a few new, kind of sign, like 3D letters and stuff here. Old Norse, okay, so yeah, basically I think that's the predecessor to Icelandic. I didn't notice this before. We've got these curved letters that you can put on the signs now. I'm actually part Anglo-Saxon Viking. And here the snow falls. It's where all my anger comes from, according to my grandmother. Glory to the Viking Park. I was thinking it'd be pretty cool ride theme for your Hollywood section. The Polar Express, yeah. That actually would be pretty cool. Tom Hanks sure knows how to get those kid movie roles. So, yep, farewell to the Viking Park by Cookie Pirate. And look at it covered in snow. It's just kind of majestic. What a view. Alright, folks, and with that, going ahead and ending history here. First park, well, that's not the first park I ever created. Obviously, the first time I played the game, I just kind of screwed around with the mechanics. But never intended for those to be projects. But probably about a week in when I started playing this game, this would become the very first full-scale park that I did. And it's come a long way. And it's time to go ahead and close this chapter. But as I said, this will live on the workshop. And maybe we'll revisit it someday. Or maybe we'll build something brand new. Just name it Viking Park Completed. Yeah, well, I could do that. But it isn't complete. And my hope is people will find it on the workshop and build it out, maybe change up the things that kind of didn't work so well in this park and run with the things that did. That's gonna do it for here. All right. And there we go. There it is on the workshop. Yeet to Viking Park. Yay, 7 yeets for the Viking Park. All of the Vikings with their war axes coming in and cutting it down. Oh no. Alright, coming into the tropical park now, and you may be surprised to hear this, but I don't think I'm going to be spending a lot more time in this. However, unlike the Viking Park, I actually do have a plan for this. I'm probably going to take my favorite things out of it and continue to build some new things in a brand new tropical sandbox. I think it just needs to be revamped a bit. Do a different layout. Could probably cut down the number of coasters. I still have the station being a work in progress for Mako and the surf coasters. Kind of back over here, we've been working on the water park. I'm gonna delete all of this. Oh wait, that's what I need. So we'll tear all of this out. think most of this is pretty much flat, but need a little bit bigger of a flat patch. One thing that I worked on off stream, brand new double tidal pool, a wave pool. And it's far from done. I just got the template. I'll go ahead and place it. This is probably relatively close to the area that I would intend for it to be. But basically what you have here, two separate deep ends for your wave machines, and then each side is kind of mirrored to a wading depth, and then they actually link up, and the shallow depth is just one giant arc. And what I thought about doing is using some invisible or natural path, turning this into kind of like a simulated beach. You could put all your sun loungers and stuff down. This pool, I think, will only require 5 lifeguards, and it'll have good coverage. And basically what we'll be doing is a building out over here, or probably on this side actually, and then we do kind of a natural kind of rock formation, terrain formation with a waterfall. A bunch of trees over here to try to screen this a bit, provide a little bit of shade. Some shops. Probably gonna end up doing away with the indoor water park. It's really nice, but I find that it takes up a ton of space. And that space can be utilized for more water slides, more scenery, some complexes. I'm not sure what to do over here. Thought about maybe building a bigger lazy river. Maybe kind of out this area. I want to make this more comprehensive, so it doesn't feel quite as bare, for example. Because this is the only real finished water slide platform that I have, with the body slides, which that actually did come out pretty nice. But I want to do some mat slides, obviously, a raft, and some inner tubes. Really give more water slide options. I have these. These are actually among the first water slides that I built in this park when I started it last summer. But they're not fantastic. I mean, they probably need to be revamped. One set, I don't remember which exactly. I think the white ones, not the dark gray. I think the white ones just aren't all that exciting. But I may have that backwards. Some of these blueprints are actually not bad though. As they cannot curve. Here's a pretty basic mat race. I wanted to build one that's a little more complex. A few air moments and stuff. This one's actually pretty solid. The raft trap, the Venus flytrap. What is this? Outback inner tube. Oh yeah, because it's got the boomerang, or what, like a wave turn. Whatever it's called exactly. Just a few really basic little slides. These are race slides. Mat Master. This is kind of what I'm going for, except would make it substantially taller. This is custom, so this actually has the wizard loops on it. Actually looks pretty neat. This isn't mine, this is a blueprint I kind of learned. Or that I kind of deconstructed to learn kind of how you would need to do those curves. And then this one right back here is actually really cool, but it takes up such a massive footprint. Like we'd have to clear that out to be able to place that over here. Even if we took those pools out, it barely fits in that area. These are really cool, but I tested it, they don't race super well. It's not a knock at all to the person who built it, as it looks super cool and it has a really unique configuration or layout. But I don't know. I think I need to spend some time off stream trying to build some really good custom slides. It's not my strongest suit, although I can build the inner tube and raft flumes pretty well. And then a variety of the body's flumes are good, but the matte ones are among the more difficult for me. Oddly enough, you might expect that not to be the case, but I do find them actually a bit more difficult than the other kinds, particularly if you're doing a racing variant. I know we've got quite a lot of these trapdoor body flumes, but I thought about doing a really tall, like a record-breaking, just straight drop, and then maybe a couple with like airtime drops. If you look over here, kind of like the yellow and blue, but substantially taller than these. Kind of real, like, sheer speed slides. But anyway, I think a lot of these coasters I'm going to save and carry into a new park, and kind of do away with some of the other ones that I'm not quite as fond of. Redo the terrain and the scenery, try to divide the park up a little bit more clearly, which is something that I plan on doing with my Yukon park that's going to be coming up. I haven't really talked much on stream about it, but I have talked at length on Discord about it with some people there. If you're not a member of the Discord and you're interested in joining, link is in the video description, so feel free to check it out. Join if you're interested. Certainly no obligation. I need to finish up a station for this. So I don't know, we hang out for a little while. If there's something in particular that you want to see me work on, it can be anything from building a water slide, working on the double tide pool, clearing out space in the water park, building a coaster station, some scenery, retheming, whatever. I'm open to ideas. So I'm gonna step up real quick. As we're gathering for the parade here, I want to check. Oh, they are not loaded in on the floats yet. I just want to see when this starts rolling if Queen Splash is in the proper place. I thought we fixed that. Yeah, it looks like it is. Yep, there we go. It's so crazy how many people this little nothing of a parade draws. It's kind of insane. But yeah, anyway, what would you all like to see? I am open to suggestions. Man, look at all the people piling up for this. It's kind of wild. Work on the water slides? Yeah, we could do that. Could also work on this giant wave pool, the double wave pool. Yeah, I meant in this park. Hey, Maximus Bro, how's it going? I'm doing okay, appreciate it. Alright, just open up a poll. Wondering if we should go ahead and take this out to clear some room, or leave it in place, or maybe hang on to it for a little while and clear some more room. The problem is we're kind of boxed. Am I insane? Maybe a little bit. It's just, like I said, I think it is really cool, but it takes up so much space. And that could all be utilized. I did, but I ended up not saving it because I was hesitant to do that outright. After I did it, I wasn't really messing around with much, so I'm like, I'm just not gonna save it. That way, I mean, I could always replace the blueprint, but the way that everything is connected, I just said, I'm gonna effectively undo that by purposely not saving. And I didn't really work on anything else in the park, so We have 1 vote for delete it, 2 for no. We're a little boxed over here though, just because of... Honestly, if we're gonna hold on to it, then I think what we'll do is kind of add some more scenery. Build Atlantis as a park. Kalahari's indoor expansion opens in 2 months. Oh, really? It's actually pretty cool. Can I see the indoor water park? Because I'm not sure if I got a tour of it. Yeah, we can walk through it real quick. Add on to it. I think I would build my own. Kind of using this as kind of a foundation for an idea. This is the Four Seasons Water Complex. This was built by Bromwich by hand. He did a really great job with it. I think one thing that I would change, kind of like the rest of, like if you look through and everything, I would probably just do all glass over the ceiling. Whoa, we're in the pool. Swimming depth. Gets really deep down over here. This is all diving depth water, hence the high board. And then it kind of opens up into this back area with the surf. This is what I think I would do, is use an open ceiling throughout all of this rather than the tiled roof that we have here. Lots of sun loungers. That would allow for more sun to actually shine through. Then it kind of connects to an outdoor section here. Whoa. And we're back in the pool. More diving depth area. These hedges are really nice as a boundary. And we've got 1 water slide out here. There's actually 2 indoor water slides. Got that there. Pick up your trash, people, or I'm gonna yeet you out of my park. What we have over here, kind of 2 side-by-side surf machines. Themed of surf spots, Waimea Bay in Hawaii, and the Gold Coast down in Australia. I love the singing eels, I've gotta say. Back out here, Happy Krabby's, Hangry Krabby's Snack Shack. Some vending machines, a Viva La Vegan there. I'd go higher and have the exposed HVAC inside for that indoor water park look. Yeah, I don't know. Over here you have a double restaurant, lots of tables. This is pretty expansive. But again, I really love the structure of the open kind of skylights where nothing's closed in. Of course, this over here is a little bit. And then back out to the main area where you've got the restrooms, locker rooms, which are changing rooms effectively, and some dryers, a bunch of sun loungers. Actually a lounge over here. Pool passes, it's a guest service desk. And there's 2 water slides up here on this platform. Hey, Dino Dukes, what's going on? Welcome back. You can actually see the first one right there. It's just a trapdoor slide right into the water. And the second one, just a regular body slide. And drop down through, go into a couple turns, and then splash into the pool. And then you have the one outside. That one's actually a an inner tube flume. I might come here if this place was built in real life. Yeah. No, yeah, Bromik did a fantastic job with it. It is actually a really nice view up here on this platform because you get the 360 view of all the park above the closed-in ceiling. Is there a lazy river inside? No, there's not. That actually could be really cool, though. Somebody's a little tired. Yep. I take a nap. And if you want to see it at night, I can actually toggle that. So it is fully lit. Got the pool lights. One thing that's really neat, you've got the lights in the palm trees. Higher glass roof. And you must have the HVAC inside so your guests don't get Legionnaire's disease. How do you make like a circle when the water slide is coming out of a wall? I'm not really sure that you can. Unless you do just a bunch of custom, like, shapes. Try to wrap around it. This in here is so cool. I love the nighttime presentation of these surf machines. Custom lighting in here is really nice. So let's see, we have a tie for yes and no, and then one person actually did vote hold on to it for now. Is the surf thing for like a DLC? Yeah, that came with the toy box pack, I'm pretty sure. And basically what you do is get on top of this and ride the wave. It's like you actually get to go surfing, which is kind of neat. I've never done one of these, like surf machines, but I've been surfing in the real world. So not sure how similar it is. Switch that back. And then one of my newest additions, other than that here, is the restaurant, the Tiki. Was really happy with how that came out. That building is on the workshop, so if you want, feel free to go check it out. Oh, you have? Yeah, I'd like to give it a go sometime. It's easy to lie on, but really hard to stand up. Yeah, and I kind of wonder too what kind of boards they use. Because when I surfed in the real world, I experienced short boards were very hard to stand up on, but long boards were quite easy. They go a little bit slower. They're a bit more stable, so you can't really do tricks and stuff on them. But long boards are definitely far easier to be able to stand up on and truly be able to ride the waves. Legionnaire's disease is a real thing. Yeah, I know that. Indoor water parks need that HVAC work. Well, it probably just gets so humid from how they heat up the water and everything. Alright, so we kind of have a tie. I'm gonna end the poll here, and we can decide later. I guess I'm gonna split the difference and go for the vote that only one person chose, but I'll hold on to it for now. But we may revisit the topic, but I'm gonna hang on to it for now. Alright. Let's see here. Go ahead and vote what you want me to build. What type of water slide? Boogie boards were the jam back in the day. Yeah, they were. I had a boogie board. I think I'm going to call it about 45 minutes. Maybe even a little bit less. That is if I don't lose track of time. As I often tend to do. E, all of the above. Well, eventually we'll get to that. Yeah, I mean right now. What should be the next? Inner tube would be nice. You already did a high-speed flume complex. Did I already read that? Yeah, what I was thinking, as I mentioned, you may not have heard. Or you might have, but I wanted to do just a couple of these, but taller. Raft all day, all day. Well, we'll definitely do a raft and inner tube. But I'm trying to think of which one to do now. I've got 2 votes for raft, 1 for inner tube. I'll let it run for a minute. Now we gotta vote for mats. I would probably go with the double inner tube, because they're more versatile. I think you can actually... Now, I'm not sure about how it works in-game. That's what I voted for, wise guy. I know you did. It was me. What I don't know is with the double inner tubes, because in the real world you can ride a double inner tube. In fact, some places make you carry them, and you just, if you're going solo, you ride I think you ride the back seat alone. I want to see a raft return escalator built. I don't know if you can... Yeah, I don't know why they don't incorporate that, though. Make the tallest water slide ever. Did I make this, by the way? Did I make what? Maximus, no, don't give him ideas. No, it's a joke, because what happened was I was always building these really tall slides and then making them drop and just start launching guests over. Like, because what happens is if a raft, like in testing, collides with a guest, it launches them up into the air, and then they have a crash landing, so to speak. The park? Yeah, Maximus, what were you asking if I made? Like the entire park, this water thing, or... Oh gosh, okay. Well, now we've got, well, somebody voted raft for a tiebreaker, I guess, in a sense, but every other option has a vote. Rafted up. My wife said raft too. Make a slide called talling. Alright. Gonna go ahead and do a raft flume. I'm thinking of a good starting location over here. Maybe over there, because we may kind of tie some of this together. People really aren't using these sun loungers over here. I think we have enough around this and out over here that we don't need them. Should we do it over here? Maybe over here? Because I think I'm going to want the slide to end out over this way, basically opposite the direction of the body slides. So where are you thinking in chat? Where should I put this? I'm not going to open a poll for it, but basically you could go in between the lazy river and the ring pool, or we could go right over here. I don't think I would put it over here, because that's going to take up a lot of this area. So I would choose one of these two areas. Where are you thinking? In better the pool and the path in between. Yeah, we could do that here. Let's raise it up a bit. It's a 15 meter, that's a 20 meter, and that's a 25 meter. We'll probably go about, I think 25 would actually be a pretty good height. Now these actually require pretty big platforms. I may have just messed that up. No, it's not quite over the Yeah, we'll go ahead and have it go that way. Oh, you don't have an open start option. Wow, okay. Into the river? No, it's not going into the river, good lord. I'm actually seriously trying to build something and not. This isn't gonna be like a screw around. Looking at some special options here. You've got the big bowls, you got the oscillators. I'm not really big on these fancy things, but we do have the boomerang return. We've got the Venus flytrap, we've got the funnels, we've got the completely enclosed funnels. Whoa. We've got the big bowls not enclosed. And we also have the option to end with a couple different things. We've got this massive thing, where you basically splash into the pool. I'm not huge on that. Then you have the speed bowl, where you drop down into the pool. And that's a non-enclosed ultra pipe. That just takes up a bit too much space, in my opinion. Looks like a slinky. Yeah, it does. What's up? What's up, Dino Dukes? And I'm thinking one of those four. So let's go ahead and start with the layout here. We're going to start with an enclosed section. Now here's the thing about these is you can't really incorporate much air into these without using the launch hills, and I don't really want to do that for the raft slides. Those I think are actually better suited for other types of rides. Splash Harbor toilet bowl. Wow. And we have a three-way tie. Help me out here. Give this a little bit of speed at the very beginning. Now we'll open it up into the wide portion. Go with a drop. I'm gonna be honest, I think that massive weird curve down would be an awesome way to end the ride. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Possibly. what I'll do is just keep a nice gradual kind of 3-degree downhill slope. And we'll start doing some kind of open turns. Because what we're really doing over here is just trying to keep the momentum up and position for the finale, so to speak. Have to reposition it quite a bit. You need more speed for the boom shakalaka. See, this could actually work kind of well. Yeah, what you do is a high speed, and then with the curve. For the funnel, yeah. Alright, got another vote for the funnel, so I think we'll go with that. We may try some water slides with some others. Do both? No, because you'll lose way too much momentum going into the funnel. Well, I think the speed that carries... Well, you know what we could do? We actually could go uphill a little bit here. Just to kind of accelerate it. I built an additional water slide that goes through the top of the funnel. I've actually seen a couple of those, yeah. This doesn't even have to be an uphill water jet. But maybe it would make sense to bring it uphill. A little bit. And then if we do the funnel... Oh. Oh, the position of that's off. Alright, so we went just a notch far with that there. So maybe here's what we do. How would that look? I think it's a little too far over still. slide now actually clips the funnel, so that wouldn't work. Oh, that's actually pretty cool though, look at that. We may have to reposition a little bit. Or what we could do is just a straight section, because I think that's actually about the right kind of height profile, and we could just run the acceleration up. Nope, that still clips the slide. If we get rid of it and place the funnel. Yeah, we may need to reposition that platform. Let's actually build it there, and then we can just lower the entire thing. We may have to take that path out. And then basically a run out. Am I building a pool? No, I'm gonna do a run out lane for that. Let's actually reposition this a little bit. So it's not bunched up with all of that. Oh, it interferes with that. Oh, look at that. That ties in perfectly. Oh, yeah. There we go. Alright. Little bit of fine-tuning with this launch hill, because I want this to have as much speed as possible. That there is a straight section. It's still sloped downhill a little bit. Oh, it just ties and it merges. Something's overlapping. Oh no! Let's grab those 3 pieces there. We're gonna crank that up. And let's give it a test. This'll get... Oh. Wait, should we do an open or enclosed funnel? Welcome to water slide hell. Wow, more like water slide heaven. These things are fun. Now, we should definitely color it a bit. I'm actually okay with the color of those. So 2 votes for open. Yeah, I'm not fond of that color. Oh, that's a good combination right there. Unless we did orange. Ha! That actually doesn't look that bad. I've always thought yellow and blue go really well on water slides. Yeah, it's a good combination. Orange and blue actually go well together too. Always manually pick your own colors. No, I can't be bothered to do that right now. If I really wanted to sit and spend the time to tweak every color, I'd never get anything done in this game. Alright, so we have 4 votes for open and 1 for enclosed, so I'm going to go ahead and switch it. I think open would look better too. I tell you what, I'm not really fond of that orange and green. I think we're gonna switch it back kind of that way. I think that's a better combination. And let's come up with a name. We'll test it in a moment. Patience, my friend. Thinking maybe something like tropical tornado. Hurricane? I don't think I would go for that, because I think if I did a ride that had one of the speed bowls or something like that, I would call that more. Tropic funnel. Tropic tornado. I like that one. Yeah. Alright, before we test, one more thing that I want to do is we're going to color the mats. Ha! Tidal Twister. Ooh. I don't know. Tortigan Tails. I might like that one better than mine. I think that's really clever. I think we'll go with Sapphire. Tail, no, we're not naming it that. No way, man. Alright, and let's give this a run. Oh no. It doesn't ride. No. Caribbean Wipeout. That's actually a pretty cool name too, although this isn't really Caribbean themed, it's more like Polynesian themed. Oh man. That's the thing with these rafts is they... right there! Alright, that actually might work in my favor. Because here's what I can do. It's slow enough right here that we could actually just take that and put the end of the run right there. And then shift it back over and tie it in. That actually frees up some space back here by the typhoons. So let's, let me grab that. Oh, no. I need an advanced move, the platform, not the actual. Tiki Twister. That would be cool, except these are already Tiki themed. Polynesian Cyclone. Oh, that's not a bad one. Why are the dummies wearing goggles? Great question. I didn't even notice that. Alright, we're getting on it this time. And get ready for the punch. Yeah, that actually gives some good speed going into the twister there. Into the funnel. Wait a second. No! Oh my lord. Alright, this is how we're gonna do it. It might be a... oh, shoot. You've seriously gotta be kidding me right now. Why is it not reaching the end? Can only be placed directly next to existing station of the same type. Alright. So we're gonna delete that. Let's raise it up a little bit. And then what we'll do is a run out. Kind of downhill. What's the slope on that? 15 degrees. I think why not use one of the mini funnels with the bowl? And if you do the run out there, that'll actually give it enough momentum to complete the ride. So now what we do with this is just grab the platform and lower that back down until it's aligned. You don't even have to shift it over. Big kahuna. Might do that. Alright, let's see here. Go for one of those 4. And let's test it, and I swear it better actually work this time. Cowabunga for a slide name at some point? We could do that. Please make it to the end. Yes! Problem solved. That, given that slope, helped. Now here's the other thing you can do. Just come in here, turn off the enhanced guest flume behaviors, and watch this thing just go absolutely... Oh. I see what happens is it just carries way more speed going through that, so we're going to turn that back on. One thing I really dislike about the funnel in this game is that the rafts don't go that high. Well, yeah. But, let's just... I'm gonna build another one for demonstration purposes. So let's say, for example, we took one and made it really tall. Let's say, for example, that is basically 30 meters. That is about 38. Snap that back into position. And if you were to do something really basic right here, let's just say a really steep, you want about a 45 to 50 degree drop, and you want the bottom of that to be at about probably 19 meters, and then let's just place another funnel. Let's go the opposite direction that time. And that basically puts you at ground level. It actually does level out, so probably 45 would be a better angle choice. I'm going to be ending the stream here in a couple minutes. Let's go 20. And the run out. We'll undo all of that when we take that out. But let's just test it and watch how much speed it has going into the funnel. It goes higher, definitely higher. Ooh, it stalls out there, but then it curves around. So yeah, giving it some extra speed going in does help, but it doesn't make a massive difference, unfortunately. Like, it goes pretty good on that first one. I wish it would swing back and forth a little bit. And if we turn the enhanced behavior off, watch what'll happen. It collided with the other one. And say, what if we were to kind of pull it over some more, give it a little more height? What would happen? Just hypothetically, for science. Alright, Dino Dukes, have a great night, man. Thanks for hanging out. This is 160 feet tall now. Ooh, it levels off right there, interestingly. I have a feeling that might crash. Cover the funnel with sharks, then it's Sharknado. Oh, that's a cool idea. Now that's what I'm talking about. Holy cow. I'm curious the stats. Look, oh my gosh. That probably gets like -2 Gs right there. -3? Yeah, that's a little bit too strong. I'm gonna do a POV of that, that'll be funny. Alright, Maximus Pro, welcome. Almost. It goes beyond vertical. Yeah, like right there. But no, they hang in there. That's obviously way too intense. Hit the back button a few times. Look at the dummies bounce. Alright, but I think we've got a pretty solid ride with this one. It's not bad stats. It could be a little bit more exciting. Actually does provide some airtime though. Off that. Alright, so it looks like Tropic Tornado is going to win the poll. With 4 votes. 2 for Polynesian Cyclone. I'm going to go ahead and end that. We're going to keep the name that I originally gave it. Now all we need to do is just connect it. Lift it up a little bit. No, it's fine where it's at because it ends right at ground level. Supposed to. Let's see here. Yeah, that might not. It's because of the queue. Are you serious now? What's interfering with it? You gotta be kidding me. Now it's a bit awkward. And it's good to open. There we go. I'll build scenery for that later. Alright folks, well, it is 10, been going almost 2.5 hours. I think I'm gonna jump off, or well, I'm gonna end the stream at least. Probably gonna hang around on Discord for a little while. So if you are interested, you can join me there. I'm not gonna be around tomorrow at all. I've got a 13-hour day at work coming up, unfortunately. And Wednesday's gonna be questionable depending on how I'm feeling, how wiped out I am. But alright, Maximus Pro, thank you so much for hanging out. Have a great night, man. Hydro Shock, Polynesian Cyclone, X-Twister. I like Hydro Shock, that's pretty cool. Have a good night, Cookie. We'll join you on Discord in a minute. T3 sucks. Alright, Crazy Entity, thanks for hanging out. But alright everyone, that's gonna do it. It was nice to close out the Viking Park. Still has a special place in my heart. And that is available on the workshop. If you want to grab it and mess with it, absolutely feel free. And I imagine we're going to keep playing around with this park a bit, but eventually I'm going to port the stuff that I like into a new sandbox, as I mentioned before. Just give the park a refreshed layout, not have to undo a lot of terrain and all sorts of stuff like that. So, and before I go, I will say within the next couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks I would think, I plan on starting a brand new Yukon park. So I've got 4 themed areas that I'm going to do. You can imagine like a small kind of saloon town. There's going to be an area themed around gold mines, of course with it being the Yukon, famous for the Klondike Gold Rush. And then we're gonna do kind of a forested area, kind of emphasizing the natural beauty of the Yukon. And the fourth area is going to be a chilly themed but nice, warm, relaxing water park. I actually think I'm going to build a pretty expansive water park. There will be more slides and pools than coasters. But we'll see. I've got a few ideas for that, so. But folks, I look forward to doing that. I'm going to close out the Viking Park and going to be starting a new project. We need a Camp Timber Trail in it. Yeah. Bola Bola, for the one that ends in a ball at the end to play on Bora Bora. That's a clever one. I might actually use that. So that is coming up pretty soon, folks. But I'm going to go ahead. Yukon Striker. No, that's... no. Or maybe something like that. But alright, folks, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Thank you all so much for hanging out. If you're on the Discord, we'll catch you there soon. If not, you want to join, again, video description has a link in it. You can check it out. But as always, folks, until next time, which will probably be at least 2, probably more likely to be 3 or 4 days. But yeah, until then, take care, stay safe, and we'll see ya.